EI. This is his summary. EI is emotional intelligence, something that we often hear but not entirely understand. So tonight, Hilman will share with us how EI, emotional intelligence, can be the key to our happiness. So let's invite Advanced Communicative Silver, Advanced in the Bronze, Hilman Omar. For the EI, Hilman.
From a very young age, we've always been ingrained by the fact that our academic intelligence is the key to success. Our grades, our certifications, what we get in school. If you don't get any of these, then what's there to you in the future? Which is a fair thought. You do need skills and credibility to success in a professional life. But there's a certain other kind of intelligence that only sporadically occurs during conversations, or some of us don't even know what it is. I'm talking about emotional intelligence, EI, or emotional coaching, EQ, if some of you are more familiar with that. So, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can I have a show of hands who here has heard of EI, or emotional intelligence, before? Okay, that's good. Who from you feels that you are pretty knowledgeable in EQ or EI? Has a good grasp on it? Okay, well, let's see if you know what I know. So, okay, basically, personally, I've always been interested in emotional intelligence, emotional coaching, but never really had the time to research it. So I decided for this project, since it's a subject that I'm not exactly that familiar with, I think this would be a good opportunity to do research and share with all of you my findings. More specifically, what is emotional intelligence and why is it so important that we need to know emotional intelligence in the first place? So, what is emotional intelligence? Well, the term is first coined in 1990 by two psychologists, Mayer and Salivey, and basically they defined it as the ability to perceive, understand, and manage your emotional information, and using that information to your advantage. So going into it a bit deeper, the same paper by Mayer and Salivey, they say that there are four branches under emotional intelligence. So one is perceiving emotions, secondly is using emotions to facilitate thought, thirdly is to understand emotions, and fourth is managing those emotions. To go through them a bit briefly, the first branch, perceiving emotion, it's the ability to perceive your own emotions or other people's emotions. So people with high EQ or EI, they are able to discern honest emotions and dishonest emotions. They are able to discern certain emotions through nonverbal cues and expressions instead of just words. And they are also able to express their own emotions appropriately. The second branch, understanding, facilitating thought through your emotions. Basically, it's the idea that your emotions shapes the way you think. It's the ability to use your emotions to make better judgments, make better decisions. So different emotions, they affect your cognitive thinking, the way you think. And people with high EQ, people with high EI, they use this fact to their advantage. For example, when you're happy, it means that you can think more creatively. When you're sad, or you regulate being sad, you can empathize with certain people, and that can build better relationships. And well, a good example was actually Aziman's table topics. When a person's angry, they might not think logically. So that's in a way how your emotions affect how you think. The third branch is understanding your emotions and the emotions of others. So people with high EQ or EI or whatever you want to call it, they understand the deeper meanings behind emotions. They know that there's a deeper level to it. They know the links. They know they can forecast the outcome of certain emotions. They can know where that place is coming from. Like for example, if someone makes a really depressing joke, a person with a low EI might consider it, oh, this person's just joking. But a person with a high level of EI might delve into it deeper and say, this joke must be masking a certain kind of angriness or sadness, or this person might have a certain need that we're not really seeing, and that this person is not saying, or something. So that's one way of understanding emotions. Usually when you have high understanding, you're able to reason with these emotions well. The fourth matter is to manage emotions. Basically, it's how you use your own emotions and other people's emotions to serve your goal, to influence them in a way that benefits you or other people as well. So basically, when people manage their own emotions and their other people's emotions, they're able to change the direction. And again, a good example was Aziman's table topics. So, for example, if that other person is angry, that person is considerably low EQ in that job because that person is not able to control that person's emotion very well, so that she's angry, and that might affect the work. However, the person who is changing it around is considered high EQ because that person is able to manage the tense environment and turn it around. So that person is able to manage those emotions and do it to their advantage. In this case, make the scene less tense. So those are the briefly, not so brief, explanation of what is emotional intelligence and the branches into it. So then, what's the big deal? Why do we need to know what's emotional intelligence? Is there going to be a huge difference if you have high EI, high EQ, or low EQ, or low EI? Well, you might be surprised by how much our emotional intelligence can affect our personal life and our professional life. In terms of personal lives, emotional intelligence have a direct link to your happiness. In a study by a group of psychologists, a faculty of psychology at the University of Malaga, Spain, they found out through research that people with high emotional intelligence have less stress and they are more happy in their everyday lives. And this is because they regulate their stress levels and they are able to manage those emotions. And another study done by the Department of Behavioral Science in Southeastern University, they found that people with high EI, they are able to have good relationships with others. They're more, basically they have good relationships with who are they communicating with. And this is because they have high interpersonal skills because of their empathy and their communication skills with others. In the professional life, there is actually a higher benefit if you have EI. I'm sure you might have, when you enter the workforce, they might ask for certain skills, but right now they're also asking for emotional intelligence because it works with the creativity communications in the workplace. Two studies that definitely benefit. One is from a book. There's a huge link when it comes to performance and earnings when it comes to EI. So in a book called Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Greaves and Bradbury in 2009, a best-selling book, it states that 90% of top-performing employees demonstrates high emotional intelligence, and this could be attributed to managing stress, managing motivations. These are good things that high emotional intelligent people can manage, and because of that, they know how to get their goals across. There's also a direct link with emotional intelligence and earnings. It says that people with high emotional intelligence get more earnings than people who have low. In fact, the more 1 point of emotional intelligence you have equals to $1,300 of your annual salary. And this is applicable to people from all across different workplace, locations, age, it doesn't matter. they found that EI does contribute to better work performance and earnings. Other than that, it also benefits decision making by two psychologists, Hess and forgot the other name, Basigalupo. Yes, Hess and Basigalupo. They conducted a study. You can understand why I forgot that name for a while. In 2011, they observed that individual and industry decision making can definitely benefit when it comes to applying EI to the mix, practical EI into the mix. So from that observation, they state that emotional intelligence training is definitely beneficial for better decision making skills, and it can predict bad outcomes if they make bad decisions. Therefore, because of EI training, you are able to make better decisions in the workplace as well as your own self. So all in all, this is why emotional intelligence is starting to become a huge topic in the research industry, whatever industry you have, because it can benefit you in your personal life and in your professional life as well. So ladies and gentlemen, the ability to understand, perceive, and manage your own emotions can definitely benefit whatever you choose to be. In your personal life, you can definitely use it to your advantage when it comes to having a happier, stress-free life, being able to communicate with your friends and your family well together, and in your professional life, using emotional intelligence, you can be able to achieve high performance and high earnings, as well as making sure you make the right decision for yourself and for the right company. So ladies and gentlemen, let's try not to dismiss emotional intelligence just because we did get taught in schools, because managing our emotions is just as important. So if you are really interested, you can really look into it and improve yourself in how to have a higher emotional intelligence. So just Google it, and with that, back to you.
Thank you, Hilman. That's a very informative speech. I'm actually really hooked on the idea of emotional intelligence. It's definitely something I'm definitely going to Google afterwards, after the meeting. Something I'll try to